Hello everybody, my name's Haigh. I am the Chief Executive of FDS and I'm going to talk to you today about something that's come to the front of many people's thoughts, and that is, at the end of this, should I start my own business? And that's probably because some people are going to be pushed out of work or feel that actually it's no longer for them. And it took me back to myself some 30 years ago when I set up my own business. And like all good businesses, of course, I started in my back bedroom. And 30 years on, I have what I hope is a wonderful company that I can keep going through these challenging times because I've got some fantastic staff. I have to say, we've been bad times and good times and brilliant times and terrible times. And it's not easy running your own business, but I can say that without a shadow of any doubt, I have loved most of it, and I've never ever regretted setting up on my own. So I thought I'd share with you some of the things that I've done, some of the mistakes I've made, and I've made lots of mistakes, and some of the things that have worked, well, better than I expected, to be honest. So just a few practicalities. I actually set up my business originally as a sole trader. That's because it was dead easy to do. You didn't need to have any paperwork, but it was a mistake. I should have set up as a company. For a start, it gives you more kudos. It's also far easier to manage from a tax point of view. And it's really not that complicated at all. And now there's such fantastic accounting software around that really it is no big deal to run your own set of figures and do your own VAT returns. There's plenty of really easy ones for you to have a look at. So set up the company first of all. Be willing to fail. You know, you're going to have to take some risks, and I've taken lots of risks. And I remember giving my first personal guarantee, and is very daunting, but as the bank manager said to me at the time, you know, if you don't believe that you can do this, why should I lend you some money? And you know, on reflection, it's fair enough, isn't it? You've got to share the risk and rewards, and sometimes you have got to be willing to fail. And without a doubt, I've learnt from my failures as much as I've learnt from any successes I've had. Getting clients is always a challenge, and when people say, how have I built my business, I can honestly say that I have been to every networking event you could imagine, and my little phrase is, I spent a lot of time drinking several oceans of Chardonnay, and I'm jesting obviously, well, sort of, but it does help you build a reputation and a good business if you are out and about talking to people, listening to people, and trying to understand how perhaps you can help each other. You definitely need to think of what is a niche, and the world is changing all the time, and if nothing else, COVID-19 will throw out lots of new exciting businesses, I'm certain, particularly using the remote technology that we've all become very familiar with. But find out what your niche is and become a consummate professional in that area. Be flexible. Be flexible to what people want and what you can do. So decide on what your business proposition is. Are you selling cheap and cheerful? Are you selling expensive and bespoke? But find what it is that you can offer and make sure that that is your clear marketing message. Look after yourself. You know, I started the business thinking, well, I've got these children and I never see them, and I'm working for other people, and I'm never making any money for myself. I make a lot more money for myself and I have a lot more time for my family. Well, I've certainly had more money, but not straight away, and it's taken a long time to build that up. But I've never had more time. What I've had is more control over my time. So if I wanted to do things with the children, I could do. If I wanted to do things with my family, I could do. But that didn't stop me working long into the night and over the weekends. And I don't think entrepreneur ever really goes on holiday, and particularly with the technology that we have now. I mean, long ago I would ring in the office every day, but now you're never ever far away, not only from your office but also from your customers and your suppliers. Get a good accountant. And there are lots of accountants out there, but there are only a few good ones. And I mean an accountant that speaks English as opposed to fish. So you need to be able to communicate. Do not think they are going to help you run your business, however, but they will help you find things that perhaps will improve the performance of your business. And also, if you get a really good one, they also can act as a mentor. And if you haven't got a really good one, because either you can't find one that's suitable to be a quality mentor, then get a mentor as well. You do need somebody to help you as you're going through this process, somebody to talk to, somebody to cry on, somebody to go, oh my goodness, what am I going to do next? Some little things. I've never understood it, why businesses bill on a monthly basis. In fact, some businesses don't even bill on a monthly basis. I think you should bill daily. And if possible, within those terms, you need to be saying, and our terms are payment on receipt. Now, be a great client that pays you immediately, but the brilliant thing about putting payment on receipt is that you can actually start chasing that money within a few days. And I've always said that I don't want to work with people who won't pay me. Find a business that helps solve a real problem. Be somebody different from the rest. And I know that's very difficult to do, but there is a way to find what you can offer that other people haven't got, if you really think about it. Leadership requires vision, and as your business grows, you need to surround yourself with people who are better than you. And this is something that I found difficult, not because there aren't plenty of people better than me, but because I was frightened. When I did start recruiting people that was better than me, my business grew exponentially. So don't be afraid to admit your weaknesses and find those people that can help you because they know more than you do. Make sure that when you're engaging with clients, dependent on what your service is, that you get signed terms of business, and then that way, if things do go wrong, at least you've got a chance of enforcing it, even if it means litigious action. Dependent on what you're creating, protect your IP one way or another. And I know we're a sharing society and I'm happy to share things, but if you create something so special, make sure that you can at least register it. Never be afraid of competition. In fact, I quite like competition because it gives you the opportunity to show what you can do better and different from somebody else. So welcome the competition. Even sometimes maybe work with the competition, and maybe you can come up with something that really, really has got traction. Create and build your contact base. I mentioned earlier about networking, and you will get fed up with it. I assure you will get fed up with it. But you have to keep going, and you have to build up this contact base that will see you through the good and bad times. I've got over 6,000 contacts on LinkedIn. That doesn't mean I've met them all, but I do find, and even more so in the moment, in the current situation, that number of contacts is a huge source of support and possibly even future business. Most of all, I want to finish with something very important to me. So those of you who may have heard of me before or seen some of the work that I've done or looked at my website will know that my values are very important. And one of those values is have fun. Don't forget to have fun. This is a journey and therefore you need to enjoy it. I hope you found that interesting. If we can help further, do get in touch with me on LinkedIn or look on our website www.wearefds.com. Great to speak to you all.